This is the second part of the video on prepositions s and bez. If you missed the first part, you can watch it here. And in the last part of the video, we're going to have a look at common expressions or phrases that are commonly with s or se and bez. Let's start with the first one, s and se. You can do something with joy, s radostí. Udělám to s radostí. I'll do it with pleasure, with joy. S radostí. S radostí, instrumental. S láskou. This would be a formal way to sign a letter. With love. S láskou. Udělal to s úsměvem. With a smile. So often when we speak about emotions, now how these emotions are displayed, we often use s. Káva s sebou. Coffee to go. Literally this means coffee with yourself, with oneself. So here we have a very interesting thing happening. S sebou. We have two s's back to back. However, we only read it as one. Káva s sebou. When you hear it, you would know there are two s's, and there is no way of knowing other than reading it first. Actually, this is a common error at schools, and we always practice this, whether it is sebou or s sebou. But when you have something to go, you have to, for example, the coffee, it is the coffee and you. So here we add s, and then you write sebou. When you go to a restaurant, maybe to a fast food restaurant, and you're ordering right there at the cash register, they would ask you tady nebo sebou, which means here or to go. Here or with you. Tady nebo sebou, the same thing, s sebou. But you never say s sebou. Another very common expression, super useful, is s dovolením. S dovolením, this means excuse me. When you want to clear the way, politely you say, with your permission. This is what it means. With permission. With your permission. S dovolením. And you read it as one word, and actually the S would sound as z, s dovolením. So that can also happen that the D, as it's voiced, affects the consonant before it. So we say s dovolením, s dovolením. Imagine you're riding a busy metro and you need to get off, so you tell the people in front of you s dovolením and they will let you go out. S Bohem, this means farewell. It's an archaic phrase. It has actually the word God in it. This means with God, go with God. S Bohem, Bůh. Bůh is the nominative for God. S Bohem, with God. But this is the only way how to write it now. S Bohem as one word. You might hear this in a movie or read it in an old book, or people say this sarcastically. S Bohem. Or sometimes if you're angry with somebody, you can just say goodbye. S Bohem. A couple of more phrases with s. This is also a very common phrase when you are ill and when you are home stuck with something. Jsem doma, jsem v posteli, I'm at home or I'm in bed, laying down with these kinds of illnesses. Jsem doma s rýmou, I'm home with a cold. S angínou, with tonsillitis. Oh, s covidem is also a very common expression now. With COVID. Jsem doma s covidem. Ležím v posteli s covidem. I'm laying down in bed with COVID. Or se zlomenou nohou. With a broken leg. Here we would say se zlomenou nohou. Or if you stop doing something, you say přestal jsem s tím, I stopped. I gave it up. Or s křížkem po funuse. This is an idiomatic expression. It can appear with verbs such as přijít. Somebody says, přišel si s křížkem po funuse. This means come too late. Literally, this means to come with the cross after the funeral. Funus is a slang word for funeral. If somebody comes with a cross when the funeral's over, they are too late. Or to jdeš s křížkem po funuse. You're here too late. And a few expression with bez or beze, so without. Udělat něco bez dovolení. To do something without permission. Earlier we had s dovolením, with permission, and this is bez dovolení. Udělat něco bez váhání. Do something without hesitation. bez váhání. Zmizel beze stopy. He disappeared without a trace. Beze stopy. So here, this is another expression where we would not say bez stopy, but we say beze stopy, without a trace, without any path that would lead us to him. Bez komentáře. No comment. Bez komentáře. Ale beze všeho. But of course, we spoke about this already. But of course, or not at all, if you react to something negative. Nebude ti vadit, když otevřu okno? Will you mind if I open the window? Beze všeho. And our really last part, last slide, for more expressions with bez. Bez ohledu na, and this, by the way, would take the accusative, means regardless of something. Regardless of the losses. Bez ohledu na ztráty. Bez ohledu na situaci, regardless the situation. This literally means without the regard of. Bez výjimky, without an exception. Bez výjimky. By the way, this is also a tricky word about where to put the accent. Many Czechs would actually put it here over the I, but it's above Y. So this is good to remember that it's výjimka, an exception, although we kind of pronounce it like výjimka. So that's why it's so difficult to distinguish where the E actually is. Výjimka, bez výjimky. Not even I would know where to hear the accent if I didn't know how it's written. Bez odkladu. In short order. This means without postponing. Bez odkladu. Bez odkladu, in short order, or a synonym in Czech would be okamžitě, which would be immediately. Bez obalu, without filter. Somebody speaks without a filter, mluví bez obalu. Or it could literally mean that something is without packaging. Bez obalu. Obal is wrapper or packaging. If you want a synonym for this, you could also say otevřeně, for no filter, openly. So you can see this also commonly means an adverb. Something is done in a certain way, bez obalu. And the last example is when you do math. You can say 20 minus 5, 20 minus 5 je 15, but there is another way. 20 bez 5 je 15. 20 without 5 is 15. 20 bez, and this would be read as pěti, because we need the genitive. 20 bez 5. Mám otázku. Kolik je 160 bez 18? Je to 142. 142. Výborně. A to je všechno. Já se s vámi loučím. I'm saying goodbye. And I'll see you next week with the preposition pro, for. And then we're going to get into a different series. If you have any suggestion about another topic, let me know and I will consider it for another series on grammar. Also, don't forget that my special offer for a video course plus a 50-minute lesson with me is still available for a discounted price of $35. You can click on the link below to preview the course. Mějte se krásně! And as last time, we are also going to practice with a little exercise, but this time it's going to be a little bit more different, maybe a little bit more challenging. You already have the prepositions s and bez, and you have to choose which case to use. Remember, the preposition s or se would go with the instrumental case, and bez, beze, with the genitive case. Here you have 8 sentences. Here you have them translated to English so you know what words you should be using. The words marked in bold are the ones that you will be completing here in a specific case, but I'm also going to give you a little help here. The words in the nominative case, those are the ones that you need to use. Jdeme na to, let's do it. Again, you can pause the video and do it yourself and continue watching for the results, or you can just do this with me step by step. 1. I'm going there with you. Jdu tam s tebou. Yes, it's the instrumental case. Jdu tam s tebou. 2. Come with me. Pojďte se. And we're working with the word já. We obviously need the instrumental case. Pojďte se mnou. Pojďte se mnou. I will not go there without you. We're working with ty again, but this time we will need the genitive, right? Nepůjdu tam bez tebe. 4. I'm lying in bed with a cold. We need to use the word rýma. Ležím v posteli s rýmou. No comment without a comment. Komentář goes to the genitive case. Bez komentáře. Bez komentáře. 6. He borrowed the car without permission. Půjčil si auto bez, and we're working with the word dovolení. We will need the genitive case, which will be identical. Půjčil si auto bez dovolení. 7. I'll have tea with honey. Med. Dám si čaj s medem. Dám si čaj s medem. 8. She said to me with a smile, goodbye. We have the word úsměv, smile. S úsměvem mi řekla s Bohem. S úsměvem mi řekla s Bohem. Okay, this is all. Well done. Let me know in the comments below how you found the exercise. Was it difficult or was it easy? A to je všechno. Mějte se. Ciao.